Hello everybody and welcome. This is a verbling class and my name is Teacher Amy, and today's class is actually a repeat of the class we were going to do last week about road trips, but it ended up being a bit confusing. I had some technical problems and in the end I wasn't able to do the class. So we're back with the same topic for those of you who wanted to come along and talk about road trips. Today what we're going to be doing is reading an article about driving through Norway, which is, has some really beautiful images. And then we're going to be presenting a really short presentation of a little road trip that could be done in our country along with some Google images. So we're going to be spending a bit of time reading and then a bit of time speaking by doing our presentations today. So while we wait for everybody to get here, if you are new to verbling or if you have recently joined us and are not familiar with everything yet, I'm going to share a couple of pages with you that you could check out if you have time, just to give you a bit more info about some of the things that go on here. I'm sharing my Facebook page in the chat boxes, so that if you'd like to like me on Facebook or any of the other teachers, you're very welcome to do that. Then I've got my verbling teacher page, which is probably the most informative place to go if you want to find out more about any of the teachers. You can access the verbling teacher pages to find out who they are, when they're teaching, when they're offering tutoring slots. And also, if you have any questions, you can write to us using the messaging feature that you will also find there on the teacher page. So that's everything for now. This is a reading and speaking class on the theme of road trips today. So let's say hello to our lovely students and see who we have this morning or this evening. So first of all, Alaz, hello, how are you?
Hi there, I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you, Alaz. Have you had a good weekend?
Yes, I had.
Wonderful. What did you do? Anything exciting or just relaxing?
I met my friends from work and we had a great time.
Brilliant. So you had a social weekend.
It was tired. Yes, I had a social weekend. It was tiring but good.
Great. Tiring in a good way as opposed to work, which might be tiring in a bad way. All right. Lovely to see you again, Alaz. Ahmed, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Ahmed. Now, I don't remember if I've met you before or not.
No, it's my first class with you.
Wonderful. In that case, hello. It's lovely to meet you. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
From Egypt. Wonderful. How's the weather in Egypt? Is it really hot at the moment?
Yeah, these days is about 40 degrees.
Ooh, that is definitely really hot. All right, well, it's lovely to meet you. Welcome to verbling. I hope you're not too hot while you're studying. Do you have air conditioning in your house or wherever you are right now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then you're not going to melt during our class today, which is great news. Welcome. Jose Luis, hello.
Hello, Amy.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Great. How was your weekend? Did you do anything special?
Yes, my sister visited us with his little baby, and we enjoy with their company.
Oh, that sounds really lovely. So you had a family weekend?
Yes, a family weekend, but my family don't live close to us. And this has been a holiday visit.
Wonderful. Oh, that's great. So it's lovely to see people who don't live nearby all the time. Okay, well, it's lovely to see you. Welcome, Jose.
Okay. Thank you, Amy.
Ksenia, hello. How are you today?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine, thank you.
Great. What did you do at the weekend?
As usual, I was at gym.
Yep.
Nothing special.
Just a regular old weekend?
Yes, I think so.
All right, well, that's good. It's lovely to see you. Welcome.
The same, thank you.
Magdalena, hello.
Hello, nice to meet you. It's my first class with you.
Thank you for letting me know that, Magdalena. Although, I was going to say, I think it must be, I don't remember meeting you before. Where are you from?
I'm from Poland.
You're from Poland. Welcome. What are you up to at the moment in your life in Poland? Are you working?
Yes, I'm working as a graphic designer right now.
Wow,
Yes,
cool.
yeah. I'm planning to improve my skills and maybe go to UK someday. So that's why I want to learn English too.
All right, brilliant. That's very exciting. Well, best of luck with your English, and lovely to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Natalia, hello.
Hello, nice to meet you again.
You too, Natalia. How is everything going?
Well, everything's okay though, nothing special. So I'm on holiday, but I don't know. Maybe I will go somewhere, maybe to Finland, but I haven't made up my mind yet.
Yes.
So actually, the holiday is quite long, so it's 2 months, and so I've got a lot of time to do a lot of things.
Wow, lucky you. Well, that's awesome,
Yeah.
Natalia. Make the most of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Lovely to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Martin, hello.
Hello.
How are you? Have you been okay?
Yes, fine, thank you.
And
We've had some very nice weather here in Denmark. So I've been at the beach a few times last week and the weekend as well.
wonderful. That's great news. So you're having a nice summer after all, perhaps.
After all, so we might have had now 10 days altogether with sun, I would say.
Sounds a bit like
the coming week is going to be quite well as well.
Great.
So,
So nice weather coming up, Martin.
yes.
Hopefully. If the forecast doesn't change. All right, welcome. Lovely to see you. Let's have a look. How do I say this? Virgilio, maybe?
Yeah, you're right. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hello, I'm great, thank you. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Okay, which part?
Well, I live in La Mancha, in a small city called Cuenca.
Okay, I've heard of Cuenca. Well, La Mancha's obviously famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, lovely to meet you, Virgilio. How come you're studying English? Do you have a specific reason?
Well, now I'm moving to a very touristic city in Spain, and I will deal with a lot of foreigners, so I need to making progress with my English. That's why I'm here.
Okay, it sounds like your English is already very good. Where are you moving to?
I'm moving to an island actually called Ibiza.
Okay, so I definitely know that one as a very popular destination for holidays from people for people from the UK.
Yeah, mostly teenagers and young people.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I hope the move goes well, and I hope your English improves as much as you would like, Virgilio. It's lovely to meet you.
Okay, so do I. Thank you.
And last but definitely not least is Yahia or Yahia.
Yes, it's my second name. My name is Mohammed.
Mohammed. Okay, nice to meet you, Mohammed. Where are you from?
Nice to meet you too. I'm from Egypt.
Oh, we have 2 Egyptians here today. Well, do you have air conditioning as well, Mohammed?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. I'm glad to hear it that you're not going to melt either. And tell me about yourself. Why are you learning English?
I'm learning English for my career. I want to travel outside my country, finding a job in another country. So I need English to communicate with people, because I think English is very important for communicating with other people, because any people must speak English, as if you are in Spain, if you are in Germany, if you are in anywhere, the first language is English. People communicate with us, so I want to improve my English.
All right. Well, all very good, important reasons, and I think you're right, Mohammed. So welcome. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, so let me explain what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to read a short article about Norway. And actually, Martin has been recently on holiday to Norway. So you'll have to tell us, Martin, whether you think this is any of the places that we mentioned are where you've been and whether you agree or not. But as we are reading, I'd just like you to keep in mind that for the second half of the class, we're going to be making some short little presentations about a road trip that you could do in your country. So you might think of a place that would be nice to drive between 2 points, whether it might be like along a beautiful coastline or through some interesting cities. Where is a popular place to do a road trip in your country? And then we'll be making those short presentations for the second half of the class. So if you'd like to click on the link, it's in the chat box. If you just want to follow along with me, you can see the screen, and here's an already stunning picture of Norway. So just before we start reading, has anyone here been to Norway? Obviously I know Martin has, but has anyone else? No, Martin, I might actually be wrong. Was it Norway or Sweden that you went to?
Well, we went to Sweden, but we took the ferry from Copenhagen to Oslo, and then we went by car to the place in Sweden where we're going to end. And that part of Norway is without mountains. It's just a bit hilly, but a green area, just like ordinary countryside.
Okay.
Hills and so on. So we drove about a couple hundred kilometers in Norway, and then we went into Sweden and a bit further north there, and ended up in Sweden. Värmland it's called.
Yes.
But some years ago, I've done a very nice trip from Oslo to Bergen, and then with a ferry called Hurtigruten from Bergen to the North Cap, where the ferry will call in at lots of small towns along the western coast of Norway. That is a very nice tour. I can recommend.
Yes, thanks, Martin. Great to have you in class today. All right, so you did pop into Norway, but you mainly stayed in Sweden in your recent holiday.
Yes. So it was a Swedish holiday, actually.
Yes. All right. Well, let's read about this beautiful place. I was hoping my screen is going to scroll because there's quite a few different photos on here. Ahmed, could you start for us by reading the introduction up here, please?
Okay. Linking the country's high central mountains with the famous west coast fjords, the 108 kilometers Sonfjord Road is one of Norway's most spectacular drives.
Great, thank you, Ahmed. Now, I just want to mention that there'll be some Norwegian place names and things in here, and we're not going to try to worry too much about those because I have no idea how to pronounce them. If we get it horribly wrong, perhaps Martin can correct us. I believe that, well, in English at least, we pronounce this word fjords, not fjords, but fjords, as if it were a Y. But thank you, Ahmed. Beautiful reading. Any questions about that first little section? Do we know what a fjord is? I think all I need to do actually is scroll here, and this is a fjord. And Norway's very famous for them. We actually do have some here in New Zealand, where I currently am too. Okay, let's scroll down, and let's see. We're going to read this one, A Country Packed with Beauty. So, Alaz, could you read this for us, please?
Sure. A country packed with beauty. Norway's mountains, fjords, and forests are known the world over. Their splendor is certainly no secret, but arguably one of the most impressive ways to see them is by traversing the Signalfjord Road, known as the Road over the Roof of Norway, one of the 18 national tourist routes that showcase the country's exceptional natural wonders. Sognefjord Road traverses 1 108 kilometers of fertile valleys, piercing lumbering mountains and deep lakes, linking the country's high central mountains with the famous west coast fjords, and skirting the northern edge of Jotunheimen National Park along the way.
Thank you, Alaz. Really lovely reading. There's a few different words in here that you may not know. Does anyone want to ask any questions?
What about lumbering mountains? So, lumbering.
Yes, lumbering. I think, sorry, Hugo, if you wouldn't mind, I'm just going to mute your mic. Okay. Right, lumbering. Does anyone know what lumbering means?
It is a wood. It's woodland all over, fir trees. And I guess lumber will just be the name of the piece of wood you can get from those hills.
That is true, yes, in one sense, Martin, that is true. It's another word for timber or wood, basically, that's ready for building. But I think in this case it's not actually referring to that. To lumber is a way of moving, which is an unusual one for mountains because obviously they don't move, but I guess it gives the idea that they're if you lumber, it's like you move very slowly and sort of awkwardly. So I think that's what it's referring to. Maybe the way that they're spread across the land looks a bit sort of awkward and strange, Natalia.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Any other questions? No? All right. Let's go down to the next one. And we have another lovely picture there. Okay, a peaceful beginning. Virgilio, could you read this one, please?
Sognerefet Road begins tamely enough, leaving the vast mountain town of Lon and running alongside Bobber River. Gentle valley views are peppered with occasional glimpses of the high snow peaks ahead, buried under meters of snow for much of the year. The road is only open between May and September. When I traversed the first half of the route in early August, the lowland meadows were full of purple flowers.
Thank you, beautiful reading. So it is mentioning the beginning of the road. Any questions about the vocabulary? No. All right, let's continue. And let's see if I can get down here. The pictures get very magnificent. You can see some really awesome shots here. All right, a world of giants. Natalia.
Okay, a world of giants. With a name that means home of the giants, 1,151 square kilometer Jotunheimen National Park is home to more than 275 mountains that reach higher than 2,000 meters, including 2,469 meter high Galdhøpiggen, the highest mountain in northern Europe. At 2,403 meters, Store Skagastolisten pictured is Norway's third highest mountain, and it dominates the view for a large part of the drive along Sognefjell Road.
Nice work, Natalia. They sounded very convincing to me, those words. I have no idea whether that was correct or not. But any questions about the English words, guys? No? All right, so it seems like mountains are a big feature of this drive. Just have a think about what features on your travel route that you're going to talk about as we move further on. You can see some people living in this place. It looks pretty isolated, but also very magnificent to my mind. All right, hiking heaven. Martin, could you read this one, please?
Hiking heaven, located about 37 kilometers west of Lom, just off Sognefjellet Road. Crosby Turiststation, Mountain Lodge pictured, acts as the starting point for a wealth of varying walks through Jotunheimen National Park. From the lodge, the most frequented short walk is the 6 kilometers return hike to the foot of Smørstapsbreen Glacier. Longer walks include a 3-day hike across the breadth of the park via the Skorgandalsbøen and Veltisfossen overnight huts. Credit Stuart Butler.
Yes, the photos, which are actually really stunning. So thank you, Stuart Butler. Yeah, so this is something that you can stop off and do on the route. Obviously, a feature of this is hiking, and you can see why, because it's obviously magnificent. It sounds like if you enjoy that kind of thing, this is a great place to go. What kind of things could you stop off and do on the route you're going to talk about in your country? Just have a think about this as we're carrying on. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not sure about the meaning of hike or hiking.
Ah, okay. Very important for this paragraph. Could somebody explain what hiking is?
Well, living in tents. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Natalia.
Yeah, so well, going to the wild nature, to the forest, to the mountains, for example, walking, living in tents.
Yep, absolutely. So generally hiking is referring to the actual walking, or because we call it hiking, it's usually a bit harder than walking. Sometimes it includes a bit of climbing or something, but it would tend to be walking in some kind of a wilderness area. And whether or not you stay in tents is sort of like up to you, really, because you could do a day hike if you're not really keen on camping. Thanks, Natalia. Let's keep going down. Ooh. Okay, as you can see, it's looking a little chilly here in Norway. Who should we have to read next? Jose Luis, could you take this one?
Yes. A cold, icy land. Although Jotunheimen National Park lies south of the Arctic Circle, its altitude, like much of central Norway, is high enough that a typically Arctic climate prevails and Arctic wildlife and plants dominate. Summer is very short, July to mid-August, and winter is long and hard. In the foreground of this photo, resilient flora add color to an otherwise forbidding scene.
Thank you, Jose. This one's forbidding.
Forbidding.
Yes. Okay, so yes, absolutely. Is it cold? Is your country as cold as Norway? I should highly doubt it, because it's going to be hard to find anywhere as cold as this, apart. No? Okay, let's continue. We've got a very magnificent shot of some ice there. So if we could please have Magdalena read from Where Troll Tears Freeze.
One of the road's most visually arresting points in the often frozen Smolstabrin Lake pictured. At the road's highest point, about 49 kilometers west of Lom. At 1,434 high, Sognefjellet is often considered the highest mountain road in northern Europe. Perhaps inspired by the beauty of this region, 19th century Norwegian poet Asmund Olafsson Vinje described how the world was once roamed by giants and trolls, but when man discovered fire, he chased the creatures north until they fell off the edge of the earth. The tears they shed on their way north froze into central Norway mountains and lakes. On a sunny day, the lake is one of the country's many incredible sights, and few things compare to seeing a beautiful sight from the very top, the very roof of Norway.
Thanks, Magdalena. Beautifully read. Any questions?
Maybe there is a word roamed by giants.
This one here? Yep.
Mm.
Who knows what to roam means?
The giants are just running around.
Yes, exactly. Or maybe not running exactly if they're giants, Martin.
Moving
Yeah,
around.
moving around. Yep, exactly. Roaming around is often used, and it's the same as moving around. Thanks, Martin. Any other questions?
Yes, sorry. What does mean shed? The tears they set on their way north.
Yep, the tears they shed. To shed something means to get rid of, or to remove. So you could say, for example, a snake would shed its skin. I don't know how often, but I know that they definitely do shed their skin. It means their skin falls off. It means basically to remove or to release or something along those lines. Any further questions before we continue? Okay. All right, so you might want to keep this page open to give you something to refer back to with your ideas, but I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to think about somewhere in your own country that you would like to talk about. It doesn't have to be long. Just think, if you were going to go on a road trip in your country, where would you like to go and why? What would you recommend? What's there to see? What's there to do? Why is it a good place to drive through? Is it because of scenery? Is it because of interesting things that you wouldn't see somewhere else? Is it a long way? Is it a short way? Whatever you like, your presentation will need to be about 3 minutes long. And it would be great if you could find some images for us to see. So what I'll do is I will click on your picture so that your picture comes up. I'm just doing it with Martin now. And if you could share your screen and show us some of the images that refer to what you're speaking about, that would be great. So I'm going to go back to this article. In case you want to reference it when you're looking up your place. I'll give you about 5 minutes and then we'll come back and start making the presentations. So if you have any questions, I'm right here and I'll see you in 5. Okay, a couple more minutes, everybody. Okay, so if you could try and think about finishing off and get ready. I'm going to have to make it really, really strict to sticking to 3 minutes, guys, so that we can get through everybody before we finish. Welcome, Anna. You're about to enjoy some presentations about road trips that you could take among the countries of the students from today's class. So, let me get rid of this, and we're going to go, first of all, to Virgilio. So, Virgilio, are you ready to tell us about your road trip?
Yeah, Amy,
All right,
I'm ready.
you've got 3 minutes, and tell us about it.
Okay, well, some of the students here maybe have heard this story from me because this is a trip I did some 2 months ago. The name is the Camino de Santiago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's becoming very famous in, well, not just in Spain, all over the world, because some centuries ago it usually was a trip where you go to Santiago de Compostela, which is a city in the northwest of Spain. And there it is believed that one of the Jesus Christ apostle was buried. So religious people used to go there to know his tomb, and pray for their relatives or any illness they have. So nowadays it has become a social trip where you can find people coming from over the world, and it's great because you are sharing your experiences, your feelings, and your sentiments. So it is very intense and very emotional because it's a trip not just to get to Santiago de Compostela, but a trip to yourself, inside your mind and inside your soul. So it's a good way to know well your mind and trying to know what you want in life and what you want in peace, and get on with your relatives and with your friends. So I recommend to all people do that trip. It's a long trip. Actually, it's 700 or 800 k's walking, but you can go also by horse or biking. So I think there are several choices to choose and do the Camino.
Thank you, Virgilio. Beautiful, really lovely, well presented. I've just got a shot of Santiago de Compostela here. If you could just keep your eye on the chat box. If you make any mistakes or I have any suggestions for your English, I'll type those in to save time. Thank you for starting us off, Virgilio. Beautiful. Okay, Martin, your 3 minutes starts now.
Yes, I would suggest to take a tour in a car from Copenhagen to the northern point of Zealand called Helsingør. That's Hamlet's city from Shakespeare.
Okay.
And visit the Kronborg castle there. And it will be a very nice tour along the coastline. There's a sound between Sweden and Denmark there. Denmark is the eastern part of Denmark is an island called Zealand, and there's a sound between Sweden and Zealand, and you are just driving along the coastline from Copenhagen to Helsingør. And then you take a ferry to Helsingborg in Sweden. It's a very short tour, only 15-20 minutes on the ferry, and then you get into Sweden, and you go south to Malmö along the coastline, the coast road in Sweden, and there will be lots of small towns along the coastline to visit. And then when you get to Malmö, you go back to Copenhagen along the bridge. We have made a bridge between Malmö and Copenhagen some 10 years ago, I think 15 years ago. It is a rather long bridge, altogether about 16 kilometers. Part of it will be an ordinary bridge. They've been made an artificial island where 2 or 3 kilometers where the road is running on, and then a tunnel at the end, and then you get back into Copenhagen.
Wow, that sounds great. So it's like a little round trip, that one.
A round trip, yes. And I've made a link so you can see
the routes.
The route.
Thanks, Martin. Okay, if you want to see Martin's route, I think it's in the Google chat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to share that in the other chat too, just in case you want to see. And have you done this route yourself, Martin?
No, yeah, in a way I have, but not in one day. I've gone to Helsingør several times, and I've been to Sweden as well, and done the coastline there as well. But I haven't done the round tour in a day.
Wow!
But I might do it this summer. It would be quite a nice tour in the car to do.
Yes, absolutely. All right, thank you. And there's a handy little map if you're interested in going and doing that sometime soon, maybe even this summer. Thank you, Martin. Brilliant. Okay, Natalia, your turn. Your 3 minutes starts now.
So, well, I would like to suggest you not the central part of Russia, but some remote part, well, exactly the place where I live, so the place which is called WILDMAN. That is a little bit to the east of Moscow, and probably I will start with the capital of this region, which is called Izhevsk. So it's an industrial city with developed industry. So here there is military industry, chemical industry, and so on, but there are some beautiful pieces of architecture as well. But it's also interesting that besides that, the surrounding territory is some kind of example of wilderness that is still preserved, and actually I would like to invite you just in order to enjoy the nature. So for instance, okay, so probably, so do you see the pictures?
If you can share your screen with us, Natalia, then yes, you just need to click on the share screen.
Okay, so then probably it doesn't work. All right, yeah. No, okay, so then it doesn't matter. So I mean that, yeah, so you can enjoy the nature there, so because you can see villages, you can see rivers and so on. So I mean that, so it's surprising that the territory where there is industry still contains such picturesque places.
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds a little bit similar to to the Norway trip in the scenery kind of aspect of things. Magnificent things to look at.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Thank you, Natalia. Have you been on this trip yourself?
Yeah, so actually, well, I live here, and so in summer quite often I take a ride together with my friend, so to different places. I don't mean that there is a special route, but so one year we travel to one place, another year to another.
Brilliant. All right, thank you, Natalia. Beautifully presented, perfect English, I might say. Magdalena, your turn.
Okay, I'll try to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to start my trip in Świnoujście. It's a city located by the sea. There is a Baltic Sea, and there are some beautiful beaches there, like this.
We can't actually see, Magdalena. Have you clicked on the screen share icon?
Yeah.
You have to choose the window that you want to share with us.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
And now is it working now?
No.
No.
Oh, there we go. Yes, it is. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so we are starting here. Yeah, it's a city with some beaches and beautiful views. And then we can go to the city I live in. It's called Szczecin. You can see some interesting monuments here, or just go and rent a yacht and go along the river.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and next we can go along the boundary between Germany and Poland.
The border.
Border, sorry. And if you want, you can go to Berlin. It's only 2 hours from my city, for example. Or you can go just along this border, and there are some beautiful road trips and also bike trips. Oh.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then I would like to finish my journey, I would say, in the mountains. You can see, I think it's really beautiful and worth seeing. There are not many tourists there.
Yeah.
And so I think it's worth to relax there.
Absolutely. Yeah. That looks stunning. Are those shots of autumn? It looks as if the leaves are changing colour, maybe. Or is that just some kind of... Yeah?
Yeah, it's autumn. Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Magdalena. I think Poland...
And that's all.
Thank you. That was a really lovely little trip that you've planned. I think especially, like, Poland's maybe not a country you immediately think of for going on a, you know, a road trip, but it looks stunning. And going down the kind of west coast of your country, or the west border, looks very interesting. Thank you. Okay. Well presented. Thank you. Don't forget that the boundary between countries is called a border, okay?
Okay, of course.
Jose, your turn.
Hi. One of the trips that I've most enjoyed was when we used to visit my father in Germany, because my father lived in the south of Germany, in a city called Constance. In Constance there is a big lake called Bodensee Lake. And in this city, close to this city, there are a lot of lovely places, such as the rainfalls of the Rhine River. For me, it's the greatest rainfalls in the world because it's a big river.
You mean waterfalls, I think, Jose.
Waterfall.
Yeah.
Yes. Waterfalls is wonderful. There are also close to Constance. There is an island called Mainau Island, who belongs to a count, although Germany is a republic. And this is this island is full of flowers.
Wow.
All kind of flowers, and it is this is Germany, but they cover with plastic all the island in winter in order to preserve the flowers.
Really?
Yes, and it is a beautiful place in summer.
I can imagine.
Yes, and there are also middle-aged cities like Stein am Rhein or Meßburg. There are cities with beautiful castles, perfectly preserved, full of armors and things like this, and all kind of furnitures of the medieval age. And this Constance is also close to the Black Forest. It is placed in the southwest of the Black Forest, and you can do little trips to Black Forest and enjoy this beautiful scenery.
Wow. Well, thank you, Jose, and very interesting that you chose Germany to present. But it sounds fascinating, and I can't believe they cover the whole island in plastic during winter. That's amazing.
Yes, this
all
is
right.
Goldman now.
Thank you, Jose. Really
You're
lovely. Hugo, hello. Your turn.
Hello. All right, so I'm gonna share. How can I do it here? I think so. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
For all of you. Okay. I come from Alicante. I would like to present one of my one of our favorite special parties we have in the year. The name is Hogueras. It's the last days of July, no, June.
Yep.
Sorry. It's around 5 nights, and it's full of having fun. There is a platform and lights, platforms around all the city where you can go with your family to eat or just having fun. There is coming to the platform an artist singing or whatever. So it's 5 nights in the day until at night having fun. And in the last day, they put fireworks in the sky, and they get burned all this kind of art. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. This kind of art is around all the areas in my city. Okay. And the last day, they get burned, all of them.
Okay. They set fire to them, Hugo.
Yeah, it's a little crazy because this party is for young people. No, they used to get drunk and makes crazy things. But anyway, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Hugo. That's really interesting. I didn't actually know about this festival, but I'm guessing that the reason why it's called Hogueras is because of the fires, right? So you celebrate, and then at the end you kind of set fire to all of the things, and you see all this light and fire.
Yeah, you got it.
Wow. So how many have you been to this before? I'm assuming you've been a few times.
Well, all my life, 23 years.
Every year.
every
You
year.
never stayed at home. Okay, very impressive. So you want to find out more about this? Get in touch with Hugo. He's your man. Thanks, Hugo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Alaz, your turn.
Okay. I recommend you travel through Turkey. You must come here and see our country, our cities. Traveling in Turkey means traveling in time and history. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. So the history of Turkey means the civilization of world.
Yep.
Basically, all cultures came from the Middle East. You know, we have so many cultures, so many civilizations, so many peoples in Turkey, in the Middle East, in this region. So the last country, the last period of Anatolian civilization is the Republic of Turkey. So let's start with the capital city of Turkey, Ankara. Let's say we start traveling here to Istanbul. We have many museums in Ankara. You can see, you can understand the culture, you can learn about our culture, our history, our way of life. And here our people are generous people. You can meet them and everywhere. We have a lot of things to see, to visit. The religions, many of religions just start in this region, you know, Christianity and others. We have a lot of place to see in Ankara, in historical places, but let's skip to Istanbul. Istanbul, you know, its history comes gets back to 8,000 years in history. In every street of Istanbul, it's history. You can find a lot of things from historical places, many things. But I can't say you must. I can't definitely give you a place to start with. You can start every city in Turkey to see and to travel. You can find most interesting things in your life in here. I recommend to visit our country. Start somewhere in Turkey. From elsewhere you might want. You can find lots of things to have fun.
All right. Thank you, Alas. That's wonderful. I'm sure, as you say, Turkey is an absolutely fascinating place because it has so much history, and I can imagine that it's just a million different amazing things to see. So thank you for presenting that to us. And last but definitely not least is Ahmed. Off you go, Ahmed.
Okay. I'll speak about a place which I love to go when I want to relax. This place called the Blue Hole. It lies in the north of Egypt, in Sinai.
Yep.
Okay, would you open the link in the Google chat?
Yes, sure. Okay, I'll open that. You carry on talking.
Okay. This place, the road to this place is very awesome. You can go most of this road by your car, and then you have to walk on your foot, and you can enjoy in the road the view of mountains. To complete your road, you have to ride camels to reach there.
Yeah.
On the way, you can see many animals and enjoy the view of mountains. They prevent to go there with your car because it's a reservation. This place is for camping. You can camp there, and this place is made especially for diving. People who has a passion for diving, I recommend this place for them.
Yes.
This place, yeah, this place have a hole with diameter of about 20 meters and depth of about I think 130 meters. Yeah, you can see down a lot of reefs
Yep.
and colorful fishes. And also this hole contains a tunnel made of reefs.
Yes.
So take a lot of pictures there and enjoy the view. Also, you can enjoy snorkeling if you can't dive in.
If you can't dive.
Yeah. At night you can just relax and try read more books.
Yeah.
It's a very relaxing place.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Ahmed, how many times have you been to this place?
1 year ago.
Yep, it was your first time?
No, I went to there many times before.
Ah, okay, but the last time that you went was last year?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So this is like a water-based trip, which nobody else really was focusing on. So we had water and fire and road today. Thank you, Ahmed. Really lovely. So if you're interested in any of the trips that were mentioned by any of the students, you might want to save this video and go back to it and plan your next holiday. But just from me, thanks all of you for sharing, because it's been really fascinating to find out all these amazing places, especially from a local person's point of view, because I think you get to see some places that maybe you wouldn't normally know about. So well done on some really brilliant presentations. I hope you have a good week. I might see you again before the week is out. So take care, everybody. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to go to the guest class.
Okay. Bye. Hello everybody and welcome. This is a verbling class and my name is Teacher Amy, and today's class is actually a repeat of the class we were going to do last week about road trips, but it ended up being a bit confusing. I had some technical problems and in the end I wasn't able to do the class. So we're back with the same topic for those of you who wanted to come along and talk about road trips. Today what we're going to be doing is reading an article about driving through Norway, which is, has some really beautiful images. And then we're going to be presenting a really, really short presentation of a little road trip that could be done in our country along with some Google images. So we're going to be spending a bit of time reading and then a bit of time speaking by doing our presentations today. So while we wait for everybody to get here, if you are new to verbling or if you have recently joined us and are not familiar with everything yet, I'm going to share a couple of pages with you that you could check out if you have time, just to give you a bit more info about some of the things that go on here. I'm sharing my Facebook page in the chat boxes, so that if you'd like to like me on Facebook or any of the other teachers, you're very welcome to do that. Then I've got my verbling teacher page, which is probably the most informative place to go if you want to find out more about any of the teachers. You can access the verbling teacher pages to find out who they are, when they're teaching, when they're offering tutoring slots. And also, if you have any questions, you can write to us using the messaging feature that you will also find there on the teacher page. So that's everything for now. This is a reading and speaking class on the theme of road trips today. So let's say hello to our lovely students and see who we have this morning or this evening. So first of all, Alaz, hello, how are you?
Hi there, I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you, Alaz. Have you had a good weekend?
Yes, I had.
Wonderful. What did you do? Anything exciting or just relaxing?
Well, I met my friends from work and we had a great time.
Brilliant. So you had a social weekend.
It was tired. Yes, I had a social weekend. It was tiring but good.
Great. Tiring in a good way as opposed to work, which might be tiring in a bad way. All right. Lovely to see you again, Alaz. Ahmed, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Ahmed. Now, I don't remember if I've met you before or not.
No, it's my first class with you.
Wonderful. In that case, hello. It's lovely to meet you. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
From Egypt. Wonderful. How's the weather in Egypt? Is it really hot at the moment?
Yeah, these days is about 40 degrees.
Whew, that is definitely really hot. All right, well, it's
Yeah.
lovely to meet you. Welcome to Verbling. I hope you're not too hot while you're studying. Do you have air conditioning in your house or wherever you are right now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then you're not going to melt during our class today, which is great news. Welcome. Jose Luis, hello.
Hello, Amy.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Great. How was your weekend? Did you do any?
Called Cuenca.
Okay, I've heard of Cuenca. Well, La Mancha's obviously famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, lovely to meet you, Virgilio. How come you're studying English? Do you have a specific reason?
Well, now I'm moving to a very touristic city in Spain, and I will deal with a lot of foreigners, so I need to making progress with my English. That's why I'm here.
Okay, it sounds like your English is already very good. Where are you moving to?
I'm moving to an island actually called Ibiza.
Okay. So I definitely know that one as a very popular destination for holidays from people for people from the UK.
Yeah, mostly teenagers and young people.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I hope the move goes well, and I hope your English improves as much as you would like, Virgilio. It's lovely to meet you.
Okay, so do I. Thank you.
And last but definitely not least is Yahia or Yahia.
Yes, it's my second name. My name is Mohammed.
Mohammed. Okay, nice to meet you, Mohammed. Where are you from?
Nice to meet you too. I'm from Egypt.
Oh, we have two Egyptians here today. Well, do you have air conditioning as well, Mohammed?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. I'm glad to hear it, that you're not going to melt either. And tell me about yourself. Why are you learning English?
I'm learning English for my career. I want to travel outside my country, finding a job in another.
Yeah, thank you.
Natalia, hello.
Hello, nice to meet you again.
You too, Natalia. How is everything going?
Well, everything's okay, though nothing special. So I'm on holiday, but I don't know. Maybe I will go somewhere, maybe to Finland, but I haven't made up my mind yet.
Yes.
So actually, the holiday is quite long, so it's 2 months, and so I've got a lot of time to do a lot of things.
Wow, lucky you. Well, that's awesome,
Yeah.
Natalia. Make the most of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Lovely to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Martin, hello.
Hello.
How are you? Have you been okay?
Yes, fine, thank you.
And
We've had some very nice weather here in Denmark. So I've been at the beach a few times last week and the weekend as well.
wonderful. That's great news. So you're having a nice summer after all, perhaps.
After all, so we might have had now 10 days altogether with sun, I would say.
Sounds a
And
bit like the UK.
the coming week is going to be quite well as well.
Great.
So,
So nice weather coming up, Martin.
yes.
Hopefully. If the forecast doesn't change. All right, welcome. Lovely to see you. Let's have a look. How do I say this? Virgilio, maybe?
Yeah, you're right. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hello, I'm great, thank you. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Okay, which part?
Well, I live in La Mancha, in a small city called.
Anything special?
Yes, my sister visited us with his little baby, and we enjoy with their company.
Oh, that sounds really lovely. So you had a family weekend?
Yes, a family weekend, but my family don't live close to us,
Mm-hmm.
and this has been a holiday visit.
Wonderful. Oh, that's great. So it's lovely to see people who don't live nearby all the time. Okay, well, it's lovely to see you. Welcome, Jose.
Okay. Thank you, Amy.
Ksenia, hello. How are you today?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine, thank you.
Great. What did you do at the weekend?
As usual, I was at gym.
Yep.
Nothing special.
Just a regular old weekend?
Yes, I think so.
All right. Well, that's good. It's lovely to see you. Welcome.
The same, thank you.
Magdalena, hello.
Hello, nice to meet you. It's my first class with you.
Thank you for letting me know that, Magdalena. Although, I was going to say, I think it must be, I don't remember meeting you before. Where are you from?
I am from Poland.
You're from Poland. Welcome. What are you up to at the moment in your life in Poland? Are you working?
Yes, I'm working as a graphic designer right now.
Wow,
Yes,
cool.
yeah. I'm planning to improve my skills and maybe go to UK someday. So that's why I want to learn English too.
All right, brilliant. That's very exciting. Well, best of luck with your English, and lovely to meet you.